everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video we're going to make a big lacy granny square which is perfect for those summer throws or for the summer cardigans. I'm using 100% cotton yarn and a 3mm hook. We're going to start off with a slip knot. For that we're going to make an X on our fingers and make a slip knot like that. After making a slip knot, we are going to chain 4. This is 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now we are going to make a slip stitch in the very first chain that we made. We're going to insert a hook, yarn over and pull through that loop as well. So this gives us a tiny ring and we're going to make our stitches into that tiny ring now. We'll first chain 3. This chain 3 will be counted as our first double crochet, and now you are going to make 19 more double crochets in that tiny ring. So that first chain will be counted as our first double crochet and we make 19 more double crochets. So in total we'll have 20 double crochets in our first row. Now I'm just going to continue making my double crochets and I'll see you at the end of this row. Here I've made my 20 double crochets and now we're going to insert our hook in the very first chain 3 that we made. In the third chain we're going to yarn over and pull through that loop as well, making a slip stitch. Now moving on to our row 2, we are going to chain 3. Again, this chain 3 is going to be counted as our first double crochet. Now we make another double crochet in that very same stitch. And now we make 2 double crochets in the next stitch. Now again 2 more in the next stitch. So our row 2 is basically 2 double crochets in every stitch. Like we'll have a total of 40 double crochets in our row 2. I'm going to continue making my 40 double crochets and I'll see you at the end of this row. I'm done with my 40 double crochets and again I'm going to make a slip stitch in the third chain of the chain 3 that we made. This completes our circle. And now moving on to our row 3, I am going to just make 1 double crochet in each of the stitch. So our row 3 is going to be 40 single crochets. By the way, everything that I'm using in this video is linked in the description box below. Also, if you're not familiar with the basic stitches, I have separate videos for all of them and they are linked in the description box below as well. Now let me just complete these 40 single crochets and I'll see you at the end of this row. Here we are at the end of our row 3 and we're going to make a slip stitch in the very first single crochet that we made. Now moving on to our row 4, we're first going to make chain 3. Now we're going to wrap the yarn around a hook twice, insert our hook in the same stitch, yarn over, pull through, we'll pull through 2 loops and again we're going to pull through 2 loops. Now again we're going to wrap our yarn around the hook twice, insert our hook in the same stitch, yarn over, pull through 2 loops and pull through 2 loops. We'll be left with 3 loops on our hook. We're going to yarn over and pull through all the 3 loops. This is our first cluster. Now we're going to chain 3. we're going to leave one stitch, and in the next stitch we're going to make one more cluster. Wrap the yarn twice, insert our hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and through 2 loops again. Wrap the yarn twice, insert our hook in the the same stitch, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and 2 loops again. Wrap the yarn twice, insert in the same stitch, pull through 2 loops, and 2 loops again. We'll be left with 4 loops and a hook, yarn over, pull through all the 4 loops, and chain 3. This is our second cluster. Again, we're going to leave one stitch, and in the next stitch we're going to make another cluster. So our row 4 is basically all cluster stitches, and we'll have a total of 20 clusters. I'll do a few more with you. Wrap the yarn around the hook twice, leave one stitch, and in the next stitch yarn over, pull through 2 loops, 2 loops again. Wrap the yarn twice, insert in the same stitch, pull through 2 loops, and 2 loops again. Wrap your yarn twice, insert in the same stitch, yarn over, pull through 2 loops and 2 loops, and pull through all the 4 loops. Now chain 3 again. So I'm just going to continue making my cluster stitches, and I'll see you once I'm done. I've made my 20 clusters and chained 3 as well. And now we're going to make a slip stitch in the very first cluster that we made. We insert our hook in the topmost chain of our very first cluster. We're going to yarn over, pull through, and pull through that loop as well. Now we're going to make a slip stitch in the chain 2 space. We make a slip stitch. Now we chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. We wrap the yarn around the hook twice now. Not once, twice. We wrap our yarn twice, insert our hook in that chain 2 space, yarn over, pull through. We'll pull through 2 loops, and we'll pull through 2 loops again. And we're going to pull through both the loops now. We're going to make chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. Again, we're going to wrap our yarn around the hook twice, insert our hook in that chain 2 space, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, pull through 2 loops. Again, wrap the yarn around the hook twice, insert our hook in that chain space, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and pull through 2 loops. We'll be left with 3 loops in our hook. We're going to yarn over and pull through all the 3 loops. Now in the next chain 2 space, we're again going to repeat the same stitches without chaining. We're going to make one of those mini cluster, I don't know what to call them. Chain 3, wrap the yarn around your hook twice, insert your hook in the chain 3 space, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, pull through 2 loops, wrap the yarn twice, pull through 2 loops, and 2 loops again. We'll be left with 3 loops on a hook. You're going to yarn over and pull through all the 3 loops. Now without chaining, wrap the yarn around twice in the next chain space, make the same stitch again. Chain 3, wrap the yarn around twice. Now I don't know what to call the stitch. If any one of you knows, please mention it in the comments below. So this is going to be our row 5. This stitch all over. You see those V's that are created because of this stitch. Anyway, I'm just going to continue making my stitches and I'll see you at the end of this row. I've completed making my mini clusters. Now I'm going to make a slip stitch in the very first stitch that we made. Go through that loop and we're done with our slip stitch. Now we're going to make a slip stitch in that chain 3 space that we made. Now I'm going to chain 3. This chain 3 is going to be counted as our first double crochet, and now we make 10 more double crochets in that same chain 3 space. Now this is where we have started turning our round into a square. This is the first corner. So in total we'll have 11 double crochets in that one chain 3 space. After making 10 double crochets, we're going to make a slip stitch in that next chain 3. Now we're going to chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and we're going to make a slip stitch in the next chain 3 space. Again, we're going to chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and make a slip stitch in the next chain 3 space. We'll chain 5 again, so we're going to do this 3 times. This is the 3rd time that we're doing it. Chain 5 and a slip stitch in the next chain 3 space. Now we've come to our second corner. We're going to make, in the next chain 3 space, we're going to make 11 double crochets. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So basically we're going to make 11 double crochets here, and in the next chain 3 spaces we're again going to make these 3 chain 5 loops. I'll just continue making this and I'll see you at the end of this row. Here you can see we've completed the row and we're making our last chain 5 stitch, and we're going to make a slip stitch in the very first double crochet, the chain 3 that we made. That is going to complete our row. Now moving on to our next row, we are going to chain 3. That is obviously our first double crochet, and we'll chain 1 and we'll make a double crochet in the next stitch. That chain 1 was the space. We'll make a double crochet. We're going to chain 1 again, make a double crochet in the next stitch, chain 1 again, make a double crochet in the next stitch. So here we're going to have 11 double crochets with a chain 1 space in between. Chain 1 again, a double crochet in the next stitch, chain 1, a double crochet in the next stitch, chain 1, 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet in the next stitch. Once we have the 11 double crochets, we are going to make a slip stitch in the chain 5 space. We're going to make a slip stitch in between the chain 5 space. Now we're going to make chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and we're going to make a slip stitch in the next chain 5 space. Again, we're going to chain 5. We'll have these 5, we'll have 2 loops like these, 5, and make a slip stitch in the next chain 5 space. This is our second chain 5 space that we made. Now again we're going to make those 12 double crochets with a space in between. For that we're going to make a double crochet on top of the first double crochet, chain 1, make another double crochet, chain 1 again, make another double crochet in the next stitch. We're going to chain 1 again, make a double crochet in the next stitch. This is how our row will look like. We'll have those 4 corners, and in between we're going to have 2 chain 5 loops. Here I've completed my row, and I'm going to make a slip stitch in the very first chain 3 that we made. This is how our square will look like. Moving on to our next row, I'm going to make chain 3, make a slip stitch in the next space first, the chain 1 space. Now I'm going to chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, wrap the yarn around the hook twice and insert the hook in the space, yarn over, pull through 2 loops and pull through 2 loops and pull through all the 3 loops. Now chain 3. Again we're going to wrap our yarn around the hook twice, insert our hook in the next chain 3 space, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, pull through 2 loops. Again we're going to wrap the yarn twice, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, pull through 2 loops. Again wrap the yarn twice. Now this is the same stitch actually that we made in the 4th row, the cluster stitch. We're going to make 1 cluster stitch in each of the chain 1 spaces that we made. So in total we'll have 10 cluster stitches. This is exactly the same stitch that we made in our row in the 4th row. So this is going to be the corner, the first corner, and in between each corners this time we're going to have only one chain 5 space. Let me do one corner with you guys. So if you guys have any confusion, you can always ask me in the comments, or you can just pause and watch. I'm going to use the square to make a top, so hopefully in a while I'll be posting a video of me making a top with these squares. Do subscribe to my channel for any new videos, for the notifications of any new videos that I post. And here we're left with making the last few clusters. Chain 3, and this is the last cluster that we're making. It's not the last though. Second last, this is the last one that we're making. After making our last cluster, we're going to chain, we won't chain 3, we're just going to yarn over, pull through all the 3 loops. We've got a total of 10 cluster stitches. And now we're going to make a slip stitch in that chain 5 space. Now we're going to chain 5, 3, 4 and 5, and we'll make a slip stitch in the next chain 5 space. After that, again we're going to start making our cluster stitches. We'll leave that first space. In the second space, chain 1 space, we're going to start making our clusters, and again we'll have 10 clusters as our second corner. Now I'm just going to continue making these stitches, and I'll see you at the end of this row. Here I'm at the end of the row, and I'm going to make a slip stitch in the very first cluster stitch that we made. Let's make a slip stitch and finish off this row. Now we're going to make a proper square. For that we're going to make a slip stitch in the next chain 3 space. Now we're going to chain 3, 1, 2 and 3. Now this chain 3 is going to be counted as our first double crochet, and we're going to make 3 more double crochets in that same chain 3 space. And 3. So in total we'll have 4 double crochets. In the next chain 3 space we'll have 4 double crochets as well. So this is 1, 2, 3, and 4. In the next chain 3 space, again we'll have 4 double crochets. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now in the next chain 3 space, we're going to have 4 treble crochets. So this is 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now in the next chain 3 space, we're going to make 2 double trebles. For that, we're going to wrap the yarn twice on a hook and make a double treble. We're going to pull through 2 loops 4 times for a double treble. You're going to make 1 more double treble in the same chain 3 space. Now this is our corner. For that, we're going to chain 3 now. You see, we're going to make a corner here. We'll chain 3. And we're going to make 2 more double treble crochets in the same chain 3 space. This is 1, and we're going to make 1 more double treble. So this completes this makes our corner. See, this is how it's just going to look like. In the next chain 3 space, we're going to replicate the same thing that we did here in the next stitches. So in the next chain 3 space, we're going to have 4 treble crochets. And 2, 3 and 4. Now in the next 3 spaces, we're going to make 4 double crochets each in the next 3 spaces. Now in the next chain 3 space, we're going to make 4 double crochets. 1, 2, 3 and 4. In the next chain 3 space, again we're going to make 4 double crochets. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now again in the next chain 3 space, we're going to make 4 double crochets. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now we have replicated the same thing and we have got a corner, you can see. Now in the chain 5 space in between, we're going to make 4 treble crochets. On each side, when you come across that chain 5 space, in there you're going to make 4 treble crochets. So this is 1, 2, 3 and 4. After making these, we're going to again start making 4 double crochets in the next 3 spaces, then 4 treble crochets in the next space, and then we're going to make the corner. Now I'm just going to complete making my square, and I'll see you once I'm done. Here we are at the end of our row, and we're going to make a slip stitch in the very first stitch that we made, and after that we're going to chain 1 and make a single crochet in that same stitch, and we're just going to make a border of a single crochet around the square, like 1 single crochet in each of the stitches. That's how we're going to complete our square. Once done, our square should somewhat look like this, and as I've mentioned earlier, I'm going to make a top with these squares, and soon I'll be posting a video of me making the top with these squares. So see you soon. Thanks for watching my video. If you do like my video, please give it a thumbs up and do subscribe to my channel for more such videos. Happy crocheting!